Thank you for meeting with me today, Mrs. Johnson. I wanted to discuss Alex's progress in school.
Of course, Mrs. Smith. I appreciate you taking the time to talk with me. How's Alex been doing?
Well, Alex is a bright child, there's no doubt about that. In class, they actively participate in discussions and often ask insightful questions. However, I have noticed some areas where Alex could use a bit more support.
Oh, I see. What sort of areas are we talking about?
One thing I have noticed is that Alex struggles a bit with staying organized. Their backpack often seems cluttered, and sometimes assignments are turned in late or forgotten altogether.
That's interesting. Do you have any suggestions on how we can help Alex with that?
Absolutely. Establishing a consistent routine at home could be beneficial. Something as simple as setting aside a specific time each day for homework and making sure Alex has a designated study space can make a big difference.
That sounds manageable. I will definitely try implementing that at home.
Great. Another area where Alex could use some extra support is in math. They seem to struggle a bit with grasping certain concepts.
Math, huh? That was never my strong suit either. Do you think it's just a matter of practice, or is there something else we should consider?
Practice certainly helps, but I also think providing additional resources tailored to Alex's learning style could be beneficial. Whether it's through extra worksheets, online tutorials, or even hiring a tutor if needed, finding ways to reinforce math concepts outside of school could really make a difference.
I see. I will look into those options and see what might work best for Alex.
Wonderful. Lastly, I wanted to mention that Alex is an excellent reader. They often choose challenging books and seem to really enjoy diving into new stories.
That's great to hear. Reading has always been something Alex loves.
It's fantastic to see that passion for learning. Encouraging Alex to continue exploring different genres and discussing what they are reading at home can further enrich their reading experience.
Mrs. Smith, I really appreciate your insights and suggestions. It's comforting to know that you are not just focused on Alex's academic performance, but also on their overall growth and well-being.
Of course, Mrs. Johnson. Every child is unique, and it's essential to approach their education holistically. If there are any other concerns, or if you would like to discuss Alex's progress further in the future, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Smith. I will definitely keep that in mind. And please, if there's anything Alex can do at school to improve or if there are areas where they excel, do let me know.
Absolutely, Mrs. Johnson. Open communication between home and school is key to supporting Alex's growth and development. I will make sure to keep you updated on any developments or achievements.
Before we wrap up, Mrs. Smith, I also wanted to ask about Alex's social interactions at school. Are there any concerns or areas where they might need some extra support?
That's a great question, Mrs. Johnson. Alex generally gets along well with their peers, but I have noticed they sometimes hesitate to speak up in group settings or during collaborative activities. It might be beneficial to encourage Alex to share their thoughts and ideas more confidently.
I see. Is there anything specific we can do to help with that?
One approach could be to foster opportunities for Alex to engage in group discussions or activities outside of school, such as joining clubs or extracurricular activities where they can interact with peers who share similar interests. Additionally, practicing speaking up and expressing ideas at home in a supportive environment can boost their confidence over time.
That makes sense. I will definitely look into finding some activities that might help Alex feel more comfortable expressing themselves.
Wonderful. Remember, building confidence in social interactions is a gradual process, so patience and encouragement will be key.
Thank you for bringing that to my attention, Mrs. Smith. It's essential for Alex to develop strong social skills alongside their academic abilities. I will make sure to create opportunities for Alex to practice and build confidence in those areas.
Absolutely, Mrs. Johnson. I'm confident that with your support and encouragement, Alex will continue to thrive both academically and socially.
I truly appreciate your dedication to Alex's growth and well-being, Mrs. Smith. It's comforting to know that they have such a caring and observant teacher.
Thank you for your kind words, Mrs. Johnson. It's my privilege to work with Alex and all of my students. If you ever have any further questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out.
I will, thank you. And please keep me updated on Alex's progress at school. It's important for me to stay informed so I can provide the best support possible at home.
Of course, Mrs. Johnson. I will be sure to keep you in the loop. Thank you for your collaboration and dedication to Alex's education.
Thank you again, Mrs. Smith. Your insights and guidance mean a lot to me. I will be sure to follow up on your suggestions and keep you updated on Alex's progress.
You are very welcome, Mrs. Johnson. It's my pleasure to work with you in supporting Alex's journey. Remember, we are a team, and together, we can help Alex reach their full potential.
Absolutely, Mrs. Smith. I could not agree more. Well, I should get going now, but I will be in touch soon. Thank you once again for everything.
Take care, Mrs. Johnson. I look forward to hearing from you. And give my regards to Alex. Good morning, Mrs. Johnson. Thank you for coming in today. It's great to see you again.
Good morning, Mrs. Smith. Thank you for having me. I have been looking forward to our meeting to catch up on Alex's progress.
Of course. So, let's dive right in. Overall, I am pleased to report that Alex has been making some noticeable improvements since our last discussion.
That's wonderful to hear. Could you please elaborate on some of the areas where you have seen progress?
Certainly. Firstly, Alex's organizational skills have improved significantly. Their backpack is much tidier, and they have been consistently turning in assignments on time. It seems like implementing a structured routine at home has really made a difference.
I'm glad to hear that. We have been working on maintaining a consistent schedule and providing a dedicated study space for Alex, so it's reassuring to know that it's paying off.
Absolutely. Consistency is key. Additionally, Alex's confidence in math has grown noticeably. They have been actively participating in class discussions and demonstrating a stronger grasp of the concepts we've been covering.
That's fantastic news. Math has been a bit of a challenge for Alex in the past, so it's great to hear that they are feeling more confident in that area. We have been practicing math together at home and exploring different online resources, which seems to have helped.
It definitely seems to be making a difference. Lastly, I have noticed that Alex has been more vocal and engaged during group activities. They are contributing ideas more freely and seem more comfortable collaborating with their peers.
That's a big improvement. I know we discussed encouraging Alex to participate more in group settings, so it's encouraging to hear that they are feeling more comfortable doing so.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure to see Alex's growth and development over the past couple of months. They are such a bright and motivated student.
Thank you, Mrs. Smith. I really appreciate all of your efforts in supporting Alex's learning journey. It's reassuring to know that they are in such capable hands at school.
It's my pleasure, Mrs. Johnson. Collaboration between home and school is key to a student's success, and I'm grateful for our partnership in supporting Alex. If there are any new areas you would like to focus on, or if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let me know.
Thank you, Mrs. Smith. I will definitely keep that in mind. And please, if there's anything I can do at home to further support Alex's progress, feel free to reach out.